Right. Um, Good evening, students, or good morning, at whatever time you are going into these videos. So now let's come to the topic as we move ahead. If you remember in the last video, we had a discussion upon the definition of money, and if you remember, if you see the last one, it was legal definition of money. Now, what was the legal definition of money? It was related to the fiat money, if you can recall, right? Whatever the government orders as money, should only that should be considered as money, right? So in that part of our study, checks which were representing fiduciary money did not qualify. Now let's move on to some other definition, and believe me not, it is much more popular definition than the legal one. That is referred as functional definition of money, and that definition has been given by an eminent economist, Professor Walker. And what he defined money was as money is what money does. Appears to be pretty simple. I can't think of a simpler definition, but if you see each and every word into it, every word specify an activity conducted by money. So whatever money does, that is whatever functions money performs, that what makes it money, right? So money is represented in the form of activities which it is capable of, and because of it money comes into prominence. So functional definition is identified on the basis of what functions it can perform. Now, one of the better ways of identifying its functions is to recall what were the limitations of barter. Remember the first limitation? Double coincidence of wants was missing in barter, or was it present? Fish to water stuff for all of you. I think it was lagging, isn't it? There was a complete lack of double coincidence of want, and there were only few incidents. If A requires rice of B, then it is very important that B should also require wheat possessed by A. If both of them do not have that, interest in each other's product, transaction will not take place. But what money did, if A requires rice from B, then he needs to only pay the money. That's it. And money is acceptable to B. Right? On the other hand, if B wants A wheat, he needs to simply pay the money. He does not need to see that whether A needs his product or not. So the problem of having the double coincidence is definitely taken care of by the money system. So what is that function of money? That is, it serves as a medium of exchange. Am I clear? Medium of exchange basically means nothing like double coincidence required. You simply possess the money, and that money itself will help you to undertake the transaction. Forget about the other things. Clear? Come to the next one. The second problem, if all of you remember, every commodity has to be expressed in terms of the other commodity. Now, naturally, one commodity, you cannot compare 1 unit of gold with 1 unit of 1 kg of wheat. Naturally, whose value is greater? Gold. But how to assess how much is gold more valuable than wheat unless and until we have common unit to measure? Unfortunately, in barter system, it was only a gut feeling or a conjecture which would make us to come across with the answer that that is the value of gold in comparison to wheat. Clear? In money system, every commodity is expressed in rupee in Indian scenario, and therefore the value of a commodity can be easily expressed in terms of money, and you can also now compare which one is more valuable in comparison to other, right? Two major functions which the money perform: medium of exchange, unit of account. Now recall third one, students: store of value. In barter system, it wasn't there. The perishable commodity, vegetables, for how many days or months you can store? Answer is shelf life 1 or 2 days. That's it. It will perish. Clear? So you need to have certain mode of payment which can be stored over a period of time, right? Now a 100 rupee note with you 10 years back and with you now still will not deteriorate as quickly as vegetable did, which has a very small shelf life. Am I clear? I agree that the purchasing power of 100 rupee note will definitely reduce over a period of time, but its deterioration will not be as quick as the commodities which are dealt in barter. Am I clear? And then we also know that there are certain other commodities in barter which are subject to huge fluctuations. Gold prices, you check it out, the present rate of gold, it is touching a new high, right? Because of the crisis which we are facing in corona as such. So there are certain commodities which fluctuate. At times their price can go up, at times the price can go down. But when you talk about currency, the rupee as such, its value is considered to be comparatively stagnant or constant, and therefore is considered to be a very good store of value. So what is the third function which money perform according to this definition? It serves as a store of value which barter did not. Now recall the last problem which we discussed with barter as such. As far as the forward payments were concerned, right? You took a loan today for 10,000 rupees. After 6 months, if you return to the other person 10,000 rupees, naturally the other person will be the loser. Why? Because he is not getting any reward from you since he has parted the money for 6 months, and therefore that particular aspect is missing. So what you need to know is you need to have a system wherein if future contracts are to be respected, after 6 months if we have to pay the money back, we should be knowing it that if we have taken rupees 10,000, right, whatever extra amount which comes in the form of interest should be duly added, and only the total amount of principal plus interest should be paid as far as the future contracts are concerned. Unfortunately, in barter system, you don't have that facility, right? I hope all of you are understanding it. So what is the functional definition of money? Money is what money does, and primarily, the primary functions which money performs is these four. What is it? Medium of exchange. It serves as a unit of account. It serves as a store of value. And last but not the least, it serves as a standard of deferred payment. I hope all of you understood this definition of money, which is representing its function. Thank you.